Since completing its original run in 2006, Death Note fans have wondered what might have happened if Light Yagami continued his journey to become the god of a new world. A fan-made ending has circulated the internet for over a decade and captured the imaginations of those who appreciate this wildly popular franchise. The manga chapter, which is 16 pages in length and created by an unknown individual, highlights Light's life during his middle-aged years and the events following his death. Light's untimely end might have concluded the series prematurely in many fans' eyes. The plot of this alternate timeline poses a series of interesting possibilities for a potential sequel. While the chapter is short, it manages to perfectly capture Light's drive to survive and thrive, regardless of any barrier that he might face. Here is what happens in this interesting unofficial chapter and how it might have progressed if it were to have continued. Death Note alternate ending plot. The chapter opens with Light sitting in a grand office. Now older, and weary of the life he's led, he requests Ryuk to end his suffering. Suddenly, the pair are transported to the Shinigami world. While most would undoubtedly be surprised by this turn of events, Light remains cold and calculated, having remembered that this was the fate he was always destined for. You noticed? That's right. As much as you killed others, you'll suffer the same pain. If you killed 10,000 people, you'll die 10,000 times. That is the atonement of whoever used the Death Note. You'll experience all the deaths and will disappear in the end, from body and soul, even from people's memories and all the records in the human world. Completely, while Light presumes that his arrival to this otherworldly place has occurred so that he can become a Shinigami, he's quickly proven wrong. Light abruptly clutches at his chest and falls to the ground. The names of Kyra's victims are called out one by one, and with each name, Light goes through the type of death that they each suffered. From having a heart attack Otahara Kuru to being hit by a truck Shigumura Chakuo, Light experiences an unimaginable degree of pain. At first, Light is overwhelmed by this experience and cries out to Ryuk to end his suffering. However, he quickly pulls himself together and comes up with a plan. Light correctly deduces that he will exist so long as he experiences the deaths of his victims. This will provide him with enough time to search for the Shinigami King, to whom he will lend his intelligence in exchange for Light's safety. At this moment, Light's quest to become the god of the Shinigami realm begins. Would Light succeed in his goal? The nameless Shinigami in Death Note visions of a god. Any fan of the series will know that Light is an extremely intelligent character. Throughout Death Note's narrative, he was able to outsmart even the most diligent opponents and remain one step ahead of the game. While Light's egotism and exhibitionist were the cause of his downfall, it appears that this alternate version of the character was not overcome by these flaws and continued to operate without being caught. However, regardless of Light's overwhelming success in taking control of the human world, it's clear that the Shinigami realm is run under a different set of rules that will make it more difficult for Light to achieve his goals. Nonetheless, Light has previously managed to deceive Shinigami and band them to his will. While these creatures may have powers beyond those of mortal beings, they are also known for their extreme laziness and poor judgment. Although the Shinigami King has not been explored in any depth, it would stand to reason that he will not be so far removed from his own kind. Ultimately, Light has a rather persuasive argument that he can pose to the king. The Shinigami realm has become void of any life or entertainment. As Ryuk explains to Light early on in the series, Shinigami experience the same old thing day after day. While it's unclear how Light might change this set of circumstances, the king could foreseeably alter Light's fate in exchange for his services. However, if this offer was not accepted, then Light's only option would be to kill the Shinigami King and take his place. This is an extremely difficult task to undertake since a Shinigami is immune to physical attacks. Currently, The only known way to kill one of these creatures is to make them extend the lifespan of a human being by killing another. However, there are likely other ways for a Shinigami to die that have yet to be explored. Gods of death are secretive beings who are often unwilling to reveal the inner workings of their society in an effort to prevent their demise. While many might have found it difficult to see how Death Note might have continued, this fan-made alternate ending provides an interesting scenario that manages to up the stakes while fitting neatly into the current narrative and Light's character. Although it's highly unlikely that either this potential sequel or any other will ever see the light of day, it's interesting to think about what might have happened if Light didn't get caught by Nier. In many respects, Light achieved his goal of becoming the god of the human world. A story that focuses on this character's attempt to achieve mastery over another realm seems like the perfect way to continue the series and explore a side of Death Note's universe that was only briefly touched upon in the original series. The Shinigami remain elusive creatures, and the rules of their world are still difficult to understand. Light's journey through this place would provide a totally new set of challenges for him to undertake, and likely create a vulnerability within his character that has never been seen before. So what do you guys think? Is this a perfect sequel for the series, or do you have any theories or plots that are better suited as a sequel? Comment down below. Thank you for watching, and see you guys in the next one.